Well, hello, everyone, and have a great afternoon. This is Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring, coming with you for another episode with Math with Audrey. So, we had so much fun yesterday. Why not do it again today, right? So, of course, I had to make a little rearrangements and a little squeaky poo, but I am here with you. So, if you are getting yourself ready for the PSATs or maybe even the SATs and ACT, this is the live for you. If you're sitting here saying that, hey, Audrey, I'm a little too old for that, but I will definitely take your GED or ASAP or ACCUPLACER or T's or IBEWs and every letter of the alphabet type of assessment, well, this is also the live for you. So if math has always been your nemesis and you actually want to be friendly with it for just 5 seconds, this is the live for you. So, hey Danny, how's everyone doing? Come on in and go ahead and get to tapping. So what we're actually doing is we're taking another look at another module that I found for your PSAT. So a lot of it, some of it's going to be a little easy. Some of it's going to be like a say what situation. And some of it's going to be like, oh, that's how you do it type of moment is about to pop up. So, as you know, for those that don't know, my name is Audrey Codner and I do own my ACG Math Tutoring. So I come on here, show you a little bit of what I can do. And if it's something that, hey, I like Audrey to be my tutor, you can actually reach out and have me as your tutor. Okay, if anything, definitely go to this part and then fill in that contact me form. Or there is a button at the bottom that says Service Plus. If you click on that and just send me a quick little message of what you're working on and what you need assistance with, then I will definitely send you a message back. Now, for people that sent me messages yesterday, all of a sudden I went to upload my video and every bit of technology went straight to the depths of hell, which it came. Yeah, all of a sudden, my phone wasn't working and my internet wasn't working. I paid the bill, so don't even try with that. And I have no idea what happened. But I finally got everything up and running literally about 45 minutes ago. So I am happy that I was able to come on here. I was hoping to get here at 1, but as to life, but I'm here. All right, so as you guys are coming on in, go ahead and start tapping because you know me, I like to get started after we have 1K. So there is roughly 43 people here and still climbing. And as you guys are tapping along, I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of what is happening. So with this module, with this section, okay, there's roughly 27 questions here. And in the front of every module, I don't know why people tend to forget because they're just like, just give me the problems already, let me solve. But sometimes you need to take a stop and take a look. Now, there's going to be certain formulas that you're going to forget. You're going to get a little anxious and all of a sudden you're like, what's the area of a circle again? Well, if you go to the beginning, that first page, they always give you this as a reference. So they give you the area and the circumference of a circle. They give you the area of a rectangle, triangles, Pythagorean theorem, just in case you forget, the special right triangles, also a couple of the volumes. They always use a lot of the rectangular prism and they do a lot with the cylinder. But once in a while, they give you maybe a sphere. Even in the GED, once in a while that happens, but these two are the ones that they use the most. But here's the thing. If you understand these two formulas, you should be able to understand these two formulas. The reason why, if I know the volume of a rectangular prism, if I divide that by 3, guess what? I will get exactly the same thing for a pyramid. Yep, a pyramid is basically 1/3 the volume of a rectangular prism. Now, if I know the formula for the volume of a cylinder, all I have to do is divide that by 3, and I get the volume of a cone. So I know a lot of us are like, oh man, Audrey, there's so many formulas that I gotta memorize. And I'm like, you don't have to memorize all that. If you understand these two and you just divide them by 3, you can get these two. All right? Okay. Am I talking about calculus? Nope, we're talking about a little quick review of PSAT. Okay, so the prep of the SAT, which is coming up in October. And I know people are like, Audrey, September's not even here. Yeah, September's tomorrow. You see how quickly August went? How quick that thing went? What do you think September going to do? So we need to always prepare ourselves a little step ahead of time, all right? So right now I'm seeing 216. Oh, maybe 5 people left, but bring your butts back here, okay? Go ahead and tap up and tap in because we want to get started at that 1K. Oh, I got a Trump supporter in here. Hey, I'm famous, y'all. You know you famous when you got someone that's proudly supporting Trump coming into my thing. Look at y'all. You're so funny. We had to get the cost of the building, a silo with the dome on top. Yep. Oh, so fishing fill, in order to do that, you just have to find the volume of half of a cylinder, because that's the dome on top. And then you have to find the volume of the cylinder. Okay, so if you can do half of a sphere, which is a hemisphere, I know, you knew that already. Once you get the volume of the hemisphere, so basically take this, divide by 2, and then you get the volume of the cylinder, add those two together. Boom, that's your answer. That's it. That's it. Oh, you love math too? Awesome. Well, welcome in. All right, yep, that's all you have to do. All right, so go ahead, keep tapping up over that raise, please. No, not this time, my dears. Okay, we are. Yep. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm really hitting on those concepts, especially for people that are just like, math is just not my thing. Well, guess what? Math isn't a thing for you to have a thing of, okay? You are dealt with math each and every single solitary day. Everywhere you go, you have math, okay? All right. Oh, okay. All right. Geometry somehow remember the distance formula. Okay, good. That's good to remember the distance formula. That might also help you a little bit with Pythagorean's theorem as well. All right. So, yes, come on in and come on follow. Go ahead and get on tapping because we're going to hit on so many different concepts. That's all you want to do. All right, so here's my thing. I do nothing but peace around here. If you can't handle it, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not the person for you. But here's my thing. I am just trying to do the best that I can with the support that I can give you guys, okay? So I know a lot of people left are like, oh, she supports that. Do I support that? Did I say that? No, I did not, okay? So come on in. Can we talk about Pythagorean theorem? Not today. Okay, so all we're doing at this point in time is there's going to be a huge mixture, okay? There's a mixture of stuff to get people ready for the PSATs. So as you guys are coming in, and if you're like, hey, I really need to get ready for the GED, guess what? The PSATs go all the way up to Algebra 2. So there's going to be some concepts, a lot of concepts, that's going to be hitting on those foundational Algebra 1 skills, as well as the foundational geometry skills, which is in the GED, the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, the T's, the IBEWs, if you want to be an electrician specialist. I'm seeing, because I'm doing some research on the police academy, they're doing a lot of basic adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, fractions, rationals, proportions, everything that you can fit under the sun. Okay, so there are going to be some components that you're going to recognize. So if you want to stay and hang out and just take a look, we can do it. Where was I last year? Waddling in my own. What should I do? I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, January came. I wanted a new year, new me. And then here I was, February 2nd, and I started going live here on TikTok. That's the meaning short of it. All right. So let's get started. Hey, Eric, how are you? All right, so here we go. First one is like the bar graph shows the distribution of the number of walnuts per container for 20 containers at a grocery store, okay? So these are the number of walnuts per container. These are the frequency, okay? So they're asking how many of these containers of walnuts contain exactly 78 walnuts. Is it A, B, C, or D? Put it in the chat. What do you think? Now, if you're just not sure, put a question mark. Remember, that's also an answer that is definitely accepted. So let's see, we got Slim. Welcome back, girl. Hey. Let's go B. Parsons, Jada, B. Parrish, Bouget, B. Jacob, B. Imani, B. Drop that question mark, girl. Say it with confidence. Say it with your chest. Okay. Elijah, not sure. Okay, thank you for your honesty. My wave says B. Okay, Chelsea, B. Steffi, B. Had to go some food. Hey, that's all right. Go ahead and do what you gotta do, girl. I understand. My user, 6933. Hello, that's a B. Okay, Dollface, thank you so much for the follow. Leah with a B. Good. All right. So, since majority of you guys said B, let's take a look. We're looking for exactly 78. Boom, we come to the 78, and then we're looking at the top portion, at that frequency. If I slide on over, I notice it's at 7, okay? So basically, we're looking at 7 containers that had exactly 78 walnuts. So it is B, all right? Okay, so a lot of them was like, oh, we didn't have to do any math with that. Actually, it did. Okay, that's data analysis reading a chart. So here's another. This one's a line graph. Okay, the other one was a bar graph. This is a line graph. Shows the probability of snow, which we do not want to hear that word, not yet. No. Okay, as a percent at a certain location for each day during a 4-day period. According to the line graph, for which day during this 4-day period is the probability of snow 30%? Okay, we want to know when the probability is 30%. If you take a look, what do you think? Is it A, B, C, or D? What we got? Okay, Leah, we got... Oh, wait, hold on. Someone's got before Leah. Let me get myself together. So Diego is asking, is the PSAT easier than the SAT? Some components of it. Because, remember, there are multiple levels. This one is supposed to be designed for the 11th graders. Okay, so for the ones that are trying to get that national merit scholarships and stuff, this is the one that a lot of colleges look at. So that's why I'm trying to do some reviews, because since the colleges are looking at your 11th grade SATs, because they all understand when you're a senior, you're going to act a goof, right? Like they're expecting a little dip in your grades. They're expecting a little dip in everything else. So right now by 11th grade, they're assuming, hence the word assuming, that you already taken Algebra 2, but they can't make that assumption anymore, right? They can't make that assumption anymore because there are a lot of 11th graders when they're taking this test in October, they're just starting Algebra 2. So that's why I want to say for those that are in that situation, breathe, okay? Breathe, try to do the best you can. And by the end of your junior year, see if you can take the SAT by, what do we got? May, June. There's one in May 2nd and there's one June 6th. I don't have it memorized. I have it written down. Okay? So, yes. Back to it. Oh, we got the devil in here. How you doing? We got C. We got Thursday. Leah saying C. Monty say C. Naomi C. Jackie C. TT saying Thursday? Yes, Thursday. Okay, who cannot do this? Trust me, there's people that are out here. Does the PSAT has Desmos? I don't remember. Not so much the PSAT. I know the SAT does. Okay. So you're still going to have that calculator, non-calculator sections. All right. So it is Thursday because if I come to Thursday, my probabilities are representing my Y's. So this is at my 30. Awesome. Okay. Now, for this one, okay, the graph of a system. Let's see if you guys can see it. Let me make the graph a little bit bigger, just a tad bit. Let's see if I can fit everything in here. Okay, so the graph of the system of linear equation and a nonlinear equation is shown. Okay, what is the solution of this system? Okay, let me zoom in. So what will be of this system? I want to make sure I get the answer choices in there. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so Diego B, Jada B, Silence B, Blitz B with the -2 and 6. Sunching, yes, B, Alma B, Slim B, Jackie B, Silence B, User 4064 B, Old Boomer Teacher, love that. B, City Manager B, Alex B. Ooh, things just changed. Owens, like generally, yes. Bethany B, Cameron B, Ma B. Welcome back, Ma. All right, yes. Notice, this is the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant, the third and the fourth. We know with quadrant 1, both your X and Y's are positive. Quadrant 2, Roman numerals, we'll keep that going. Your X is negative, your Y's are positive. Quadrant 3, both X and Y is negative. It gives you a little face. Then you have your quadrant 4. Your X is positive and your Y's are negative. So if it's in here, it has to be, the negative has to be first. The only one that has a negative first is B. All right. For number 4, let's see if we can get that going. All right. So number 4, in the figure, 2 lines intersect at a point. If W equals 136, what's the value of Z? Well, we got A, B, C, or D. Okay, Wilmer asks, what does nonlinear mean? So anything that's not giving you a straight line. Okay, a parabola, when it's a U shape, that is nonlinear. Anything that's not giving you a straight line. Sure. Okay, so Creative Craft saying D, Diego D. Yeah, open live today. I know, right? Changing it up. Nah, just trying to get some stuff together. All right, so we got D, we got D. Creative D, Jacob 136. Playland Lane says D. Bethany says D. Aja says D, Alexis D, Justice D, Sheila D, Salim D. Is that, what is that, Kyrie? Is that D? Okay, Easy Go Travel D, Press D. Yes, D Mark D, good. Oh, Kate. I thought I was there. K-Year? Okay. Okay, they do have the same. Good. D. Hector D. Lay D. Blue Sky D. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Maximus. Ooh, almost skipped you, babe. Sorry. D. Applehead D. Who else I skip? I'd skip someone. Venus D. Yes. All right. Okay, so Michelle, yes. The reason why these are called vertical angles, okay? When they're across from each other and they're like basically drawing like a V, they are always going to be congruent. So like this and this will be congruent, whereas this angle and this angle, those two are going to be congruent. Now, devil's advocate here, ready? If I cover that up, what's the measurement of these two angles? What would be the measurement, the total measurement of these two angles? Thank you, Dan. What we got? Tactic Queen, I skipped you over. Okay. Yes, Diego. There we go. Yes, Dan. Yes, Jay. Yes, Sumish. Yes, Jacob. Sherman. Good. Tactic Girl. Good. Easy Go. Okay, that would give us a 44. Altogether, it would give us 180. There we go. Because these are linear pairs. Linear pairs are basically two angles, supplementary, putting another terminology in there. Okay, supplementary angles always equal 180. Anything that's going to create a straight line is always 180 degrees. Good job, guys. Nice. All right, so now let's try this one, number 5. Okay, good job, Andy. I did skip a couple people. All right. Same diagonally. Okay, good. No. Oh, I would love to cut the nails. Go ahead and send me some money so I can get my nails done. Thank you. Girl, I'm trying to get my nails done. Go ahead. But I appreciate you guys. I love how you guys protect me. Here we go. All right, so we have... Is this geometry? It's a mixture of everything. It's the PSAT review. So we got J with the A, Blue Sky with the A. I want to say Hanny J. Hanny J? Hen J? Saying A. And then we have Pat. You guys are really working with these names. With the Patel. Please, if I'm screwing up your name, please correct me. Okay. So we got that. Creative with an A, Soto with an A, Andy with an A, Shimish A, Aisha with an A. Okay. Atare A. It's okay. No. If I need to correct your name, please correct me because there's a power in names, guys. That is your name. That's your identity. Do not let anybody change anything. Okay? Just try to break it down to me phonics-wise. Okay, Leonie is an A. Do I do honors geometry work? I do not on here, but I do it for online tutoring. I do. Apple user A. Good, guys. Nice. All we're doing is distributive property. So here, take a look. Take a look at your answer choices. All of them say 19x squared. Okay? Because we know that's that distribution from here to here. But now, we know when we distribute, we have to distribute to everything inside the parenthesis. So if I try to distribute, I'm multiplying. So if I multiply 19 and 7, there's no way it's going to give me a 12. That's not multiplying. There's no way I'm just going to get a 7. So now we're between a negative 133 and a negative 26. But if I'm multiplying 19 7 times, obviously it's going to be bigger than 26 because 19 times 2 is bigger than 26. Okay? So that's why your answer choice is going to be A. All right? Awesome job. I love this. Go ahead. Hey, Lynette. How are you? Good morning to you. Good afternoon for me. All right. Keep on going. So we have 335 people in here, and I only have 3,000 likes. What did I do to you? Did I hurt your feelings? Did I abuse you? Can we tap? I'm just kidding. Hey, Liv, how are you? Welcome on in. Okay. So now we're taking a look at the parabola. So let me see if I can zoom in. I know some of the graphs, I feel like I need to just zoom in. If it's too much, just let me know. So these are one of those problems that you're going to have to bubble in. Remember those bubble ones? All the bubbling. Okay, so it's showing the intersection of the y-axis at the point xy. What is the value of y? Okay. All right. Okay. So these students to recommend on how to pass. Andy is going to be like paying lots of attention and take notes and study. Don't just, oh, I took the notes or I just got the packet and that's it. Okay, so I'm seeing some 13s and I'm seeing some 7s. Okay. All right. I'm seeing some 13s. I'm seeing some 7s. Okay. All right. Thanks. Not a problem. All right. So let's see. That's what I'm saying. Let's take a look. So we're saying it's intersecting. And where it's intersecting is right here. Okay. This is where it's intersecting. That's called your Y intersection. Let me blow your mind the reason why. Because it's crossing the y-axis. I know, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so deep. All right. So where, and if they're asking what is the value of y, they want to know what is the value of y of that intersection of the y-axis, aka the y-intercept. So it's crossing right here. Here's 6. Here's 8. The only number that's in between is 7. So that's going to be your y. Okay? I'm not sure how we're getting 13. I'm really not. So if anybody wants to kind of throw it out there, there we go. All right. Yeah, so it's going to be 0, 7. So they just want the y value, so you just write the 7. Okay? Don't confuse the graders. Okay? Please. Because they'll just say, oh, okay, you don't know it. And they don't know you. They don't care about you. Okay? All right. So let's do this one. And then we're going to stop to do a quick mad tap. Okay? So keep on tapping. Let's keep on moving. So if 2x plus 3 equals 9, what is the value of 6x minus 1? Okay, Diego's saying 17, Alexander's saying 3, Jay's saying 17. User 7364 is saying 35. Vin 17, Jay Smooth, yes, 88, 17. Tommy Maddie 17, Alexander 17, Easton 17, User 58, 17. Woo! Let's slow it down. Okay, Trivia 17. Was it Elena, 17, Gabriel, 35, Caden, 11, Bree, 17, Kev, not sure, thank you for your honesty. Okay, Bethany, 17, Shamira, 17, Caden, 17, Jacob, 17. Okay, would you teach math for college? I actually had an opportunity. They can't afford me. I'm sorry, they just can't. Because I know my worth now. So, hey, I'm expensive. You guys are getting a great taste and a great deal. So how do you get 35? Well, right now, the battle's between 17 and 35. So let's break this on down. So Kendra, we got 11. Oh, 11's in the mix now. Okay, James, we got 17. All right, Nikki was 17. Kimberly, 17. Brittany 17, Mariana 17. Okay, this is a mixture of like algebra 1, a little bit of algebra 2. Okay, this is for the PSAT. Okay, Kitwin saying 17, Ariana saying 17. I saw you, Kitwin. Damn, Kitwin, multiple times. Pro Black Women 17. Okay, Kelly, 17. All right, I'm seeing lots of 17s now, but now I got 8. So, all right, let's take a pause. Let's see what we got here. Now, we have 2x plus 3 equals 9. And they ask, what is the value of 6x minus 1? So first thing, what is x? So we need to find what x is. So we have our 2x plus 3 is equal to 9. So we want to isolate our variable, okay? So if you want to think about it, it's like you and your boo, and then here comes this extra person trying to break up your relationship. So we need to subtract that little trick out the way. There we go. I know it's Sunday. The Lord knows I am a work in progress. But this helps you to remember because everybody knows relationships, they know food, they know all kinds of situations. So now 9 minus 3, that gives us 6. So now you want to be by yourself. X. This 2, acting up. Always on the club, always dancing, always staying out with her girlfriends, all her friends, all his friends. So we need to divide that person out of our life. Bye. Enjoy life. Enjoy 6. Because here's me being independent. INDEP. Okay, sorry. So now we have 6 divided by 2. That gives me 3. This is not my answer. Okay? This is what X equals. But now we got to take that 3, go back to the other equation, and substitute it for the X. Are we okay? Are we seeing it now? All right. So now with that being said, we're going to have our 6, and I put parentheses around everything that I substitute. So now 6 times 3, that gives me 18 minus 1. And then the 18 minus 1, that's where they're getting the 17 from, guys. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. I don't know how's 11. But here we go. All right, good. Okay, so we got that. All right. Diego, how are you getting 67? You thought you were just going to slide that in there? All right, good. All right. No, once we substitute, that X is now gone. Okay? We basically substitute this 3 for that X. Okay, so we got rid of the X and we put our 3 in. All right, I got you. Keep your J-Lo. Don't try to bring that J-Lo attitude up in here. Next, please. But you did say please, so I have to apologize. I'll take some of that attitude back. But still, you got a little bit of J-Lo in there. Y'all, she jumping from one person to the next. Make up your damn mind, girl. All right. So this is a combination. This is ninth. This is great. This is all pre-review of the SAT. So before I get to the next one, let's get to a mad tap. There is over 500 people in here, people. I need 15K. Mad tap. Let's go. We're going to go to the next question, but I need for you to tap. Take a moment. Don't act like you don't be tapping for like those little cat commercials and, oh my God, that guy got hit in the nuts. You guys are tapping like crazy. Oh, that was funny as hell. Ooh, tap for me. Let's see if we can get to 15K. Thank you. Yeah, this is like SAT prep. That's what we're doing. Thank you, Randy. Normally take the PSATs. Now, they expanded the PSATs. They have a 9th grade, a 10th grade, 11th grade. Now, the 11th grade is the one that most colleges look at, especially to help you with scholarships and any additional funding. So the 10th grade one, the 9th grade one was really like, what do we do with our 9th graders every time we do this? And this generally happens in October. So you see how quick August went. September is just going to be even quicker because September starts tomorrow. Okay? So that's why we're trying to do all this out here. All right. Thank you. You still have to learn this and Yep. For the pre-AP Algebra 2. There's an AP Algebra 2. Why? Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me unzoom a little bit so you can see the next one. All right. So we have a scatter plot showing the relationship between two variables, X and Y. So which equation is the most appropriate linear model for this relationship? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ugh. There is no reason for AP Algebra 2. No reason. They're just throwing AP on everything. All right, so that guy, Heck, saying D. Yes, user 7364, all that, saying D. Asher, D. Okay, Braden, D. I see you. Farms Dad? Is that Bristol Farms Dad? It says a D. Jillian, C. User 5839, D. It's going up. I love that. So in D, Des, Isaac, D. Timmy, D. Versus Dad. Yes, okay, good. Gabe, E. Okay, Chimichanga, D. It's positive. D. Mars, good. Follow me. Thank you so much. You want to follow the insanity. There we go. Bird, we got D. Des, G. Look at you trying to mess it all kinds of up. Okay. All right. So yes, first off, look at the graph. Then look at your answer choices. All of them. From left to right, it's going up. That means I have a positive slope. So you should be thinking of this y equals mx plus b. The m is your slope. My slope is going up. The only one that has a positive slope is D. Okay, you see how quickly you can just go ahead and do these? Because if you do get some problems, usually happens early on, that you're going to get some problems that you can just go right off the dome, don't have to do a whole bunch of calculations. The time that you're going to save on those, you can apply to those later problems. Okay, little teaching moment. All right, so the equation shown gives the estimated amount of diesel, D, in gallons that remains in the gas tank of a truck after being driven X miles, where 0 to 480. Okay, what is the estimated amount of diesel in gallons that remains in the gas tank of the truck when X is 300? Is it A, B, C, or D? And I'm going to see if I can take a little bit extra time before I read everybody's, just to give some people some time to process, okay? Because not everybody is on the same wavelength, and it's perfectly fine. Sometimes we all just need just that brief second more for us to breathe. Okay. Oh, SAG, when it says it's not linear, it's a linear model. Okay, that means it is giving me a straight line, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I can draw a line of best fit through those. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at these. I really got that right well, and still hate math. Stop it. All right, so for answers, I want to say, okay, so I got one person with a C, user 58 with a B, Andy with a B. Thanks for the follow. Neiman with a B, Jelly Squared with a B, Braden B or C, Emmy B, Aramis is saying B. Got a few follows. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. If I need to, please correct me for any kind of pronunciation. Most interesting chef is saying 6. That would be B. Braden B. My heart B. Oops, we got a pause in my system here. Sorry, stepped away. Not a problem. Sydney B. Am I missing people? Jack B. Caleb B. Okay. So Yoshi saying C. Blue whales the saying B. Am I plugged in 30? Yes, you are plugging the 300 for the X. That's right. Sydney B. B. Aw, don't call yourself dirtbag. I need for you to change that. B. Dana. No problem. Okay, sorry, I stepped away. Not a problem. Bigger Billies is B. Lauren B. Emmy B. Why they put all that extra stuff in there? It's B. Exactly. Exactly. So sometimes I like to go straight to the question and then just, all right, they gave me an equation, they gave me an X, let me bada boom, bada bing, put it together, bang, bang. All right? I can do this now and I'm out of college, but not when I was in. Because you're calm. You're receptive now. Okay, Michelle, you're saying, I'm lost? Okay, you just got here. I don't know how to do this type of math. Okay, we're going to show you in a second. And you're guessing, you're saying it's B. All right, antifreeze B, Haley B, Saw B, Fluffy, B, like that. All right, so they gave us X is equal 300. They gave us an equation, and they want to know the amount of diesel. And remember, diesel is D. So if you plug in that 300 for the X, you have 300 divided by 30. Now, make life easy for you. There is one set of zeros that we can cancel out. So now you got 30 divided by 3. 30 divided by 3, that gives me 10. So now we have 16 minus 10, which gives us 6. So the answer is going to be B. Okay, do we see it now? So for those that weren't sure, there were a little bit of guessing. Okay, not a problem. It's fun, right? Okay, so you like this? It's nice, it's easy. There's relaxing music in the background. Because now, the reason why, I forgot who said that I'm starting to understand now, is because you're not stressing about, I got to pass this test right now. Or you're not dealing with a teacher or maybe even classmates that will put the pressure because they want to go out for recess or they want to go out somewhere early, but you don't understand and you didn't want to put yourself out there. You don't have to worry about that anymore. This is not middle school anymore. We're grown. We're grown-ass people. Okay? So let's see if I got this right about here. Can I please go over it again? I try to make it easy. Okay, so for this one, all we did, they gave us the 300 for the X. We plugged it in for the X. So 300 divided by 30, it'll give you the same amount, which is 10. But if you want to cancel out those zeros, now you can just focus on 30 divided by 3. That's not so much of a huge feat. That will give you 10. And now 16 minus 10, that will give me 6. Okay? Reading everything from top to bottom instead of looking at the... Exactly. I think Pickles Cage, love it. Love the name. Okay? That's what you have to do. When you take these type of tests, you can't take it just like you would in a classroom. Okay? When these type of exams, they don't care about what you put on your scratch paper. No, they care about did you pick A, B, C, or D. That's all they care about. So anything in the classroom, when you put it on scratch paper, when we see your work, we can give you partial credit. These type of exams, SAT, ACT, GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, they are not looking for giving you partial credit. It's either you know it or no, or you don't. So that's why when they give you multiple choice, take a look. So what we got here. Oh, thank you, Karen, for the roses. I appreciate that. All right. So, Ira, are you okay? Did you get that? Not a problem. Okay. You would have done 16 over 1. Okay. No problem. All right. So I'm seeing my C's. I'm seeing C's. Hala, I'm seeing a lot of C's from you. Good job. Okay, user 58, I'm seeing C. I'm just going to stop at the first 2 digits if you don't mind. No problem, Karen. Okay. All right, so you picked D. Sure, not a problem. I Love Lucy. Oh, love that show. Okay. Let's start with 0. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's it. That's it, Lee. That's what we got. Okay, I will explain in a moment. Let's see what other people got. Another form of y, so you can do y equals mx plus b. You could, but you don't have to do all that. I'm going to show you. It's going to be quick and dirty, and it's going to be the best thing ever. All of a sudden, my life goes down or up because of that. Is this algebra, statistics right now, working on standard deviations? Yeah, so this is a combination of different types of algebra. Algebra 1, Algebra 2, a little bit of geometry, and data analysis, okay? So, 1, you don't have to graph it, J-Dub. Trust me. Save your life. Here we go. All we have to do to figure out which is going to work for this equation up here, just like someone said, I forgot who did, I want to give credit, but give me a moment. G of x is another way of saying y. They're just saying that this is a function, okay? And it's a linear function. So whatever I plug in for x, I'm going to get the result of g of x, okay? That's my y. So why not make it easy for yourself? They all have a 0. So if I plug a 0 for the x, that means I have 11 times 0 plus 4. Anything times 0 is 0. And 0 plus 4, that gives me 4. So which of these, when I plug in 0, gives me an answer of 4? And the one that works is going to be C. Okay? None of them, if 2 of them had 0 4s associated, then I would have to pick another set of points. I might pick the -1 or I might pick the 1. And I plug in for that x to see if I get this number, like the 15, okay, as my y value. Okay, which I do. Because 11 times 1 gives me 11. 11 plus 4 gives me 15. And notice both of them have that. So I just went straight for the 0. Make it easy for yourself. And you save so much time. Okay? So much time. All right? Also tells us how to input in the calculator. Yes. Now, here's my thing. The reason why I don't do too much with the calculator, GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, you cannot use a calculator for. T's, you can use a scientific calculator for part of the test. SAT, ACT, well, the digital SAT, there is a calculator, the Desmos. They allowed us to do that like a couple years now. Okay, but that's why I don't do a lot with the calculators. Here and there I might, but I don't really press with the calculator because some tests will allow you and some tests won't. Some, if you're taking the praxis to be a teacher, some parts of it will allow you to use a calculator and some will not. So if you know it, you'll be able to catch these rather quickly. Okay? All right, so that's why I kind of not dismiss it, but that's why I just limit myself using it, okay? All right, cool. All right. Yeah, they're using the Desmos calculator now for the digital ones. I know, it's crazy. They used to allow you to use Desmos for the Regents, but they pulled that this summer. So you won't be able to use the calculator for Regents if you are a student in New York. Sorry. I'm not sure if they broke that to you, but here I am. All right, so this one, let me see if I can zoom a little bit and try to fit it all inside this screen. So the pressure exerted on a scuba diver at sea level is 14.70 pounds per square inches. That's PSI, okay? For each foot the scuba diver descends below sea level, the pressure exerted on the scuba diver increased by 4,400 PSI. What is the total pressure? Hence the word total pressure exerted on the scuba diver at 105 feet below sea level. Okay, my friend Blair is saying 60.9 is saying my A. 13 is saying my A. My blue figure is saying B. User 58 is saying A. Okay, Robert Cohen saying A. I want to say romantic. No, Roman. Okay, we're gonna say Roman. Is A. All right. I hate pogs. Hello, welcome back. Saying A. Real refrain saying A. Okay, Lorenzo is saying A. Okay, sassy RN nurse. I better not say that like it anymore. So that's saying A. Vento saying D. AO saying A. AO. Okay. Good Feather is saying A. Good. I love Lucy saying A. Bob saying A. Juan A. Right. So for those that are unsure, because I see a little stagnant with the answers. Okay, Blackheart, thank you. Thank you for your honesty. All right. So Kimberly is saying B. Kay saying A. Let's take a look. So we started with 14.70, right? And they want to know the total pressure because it's almost like we start off with the 1470 and it increased by 0.44 psi. So I'm adding my 0.44, okay, with my unknown, because I don't know how many feet. So X is representing my feet. So they're telling me it's 105 feet. So if I got my 14.70 plus my 0.44 times 105, then I can figure out how much total PSI is going to be happening. So when you multiply these two, and then you add the 14.70, we get our 60.9, which could be 60.90. That's how they got their A. Okay, so they gave us a starting amount, aka the y-intercept. Then they gave us the increased by, okay, so it increased every time they descend. So that's my slope. So every time I go down, the time keeps doing this. So that would be my slope. Then we just had to figure out how many feet, and my X was my feet. Okay. All right. So Mia is, yes, we're going to do those, but don't forget that we have to add the 14, the starting, where he is right at the sea level. Okay. Hey, Karen, how are you? Yeah, and sometimes we really do, because especially when you start getting into, like, say, some of you guys are in calculus, because some of you guys are saying that. Some of you guys are going into, like, advanced math, like this AP Algebra 2. Why? Yeah, I don't even know why. It was bad enough for me to see AP pre-calculus last year, and I was like, wait, why? What's wrong with that? Okay. All right, so it is going to be A. Let's try this one. Okay, now we're starting to get a little bit challenging. And let's see. Well, thank you so much for helping with my goal. Appreciate it. Okay. You're in IB calculus? Yup. Hey, Van. I was just thinking about you today. I don't know why. What was I doing? I was doing something. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen Van in a minute. How are you? Okay. Oops. All right, so let's see. Take a look. So I got a nice little mixture of A's, B's, mostly C's, but I'm starting to see a couple of B's in there. Okay. Is the next math tutoring? Well, since tomorrow, I have like 2 clients tomorrow. I had 3. I might be able to come on tomorrow relatively like maybe 11, maybe. But if not, it might be around this time tomorrow, like 1:30. I might do it twice tomorrow since it's a holiday. All right, so again, getting a mixture of B's and C's now. Okay, we didn't have too much of the A's, but now I'm starting to see B's and C's. Okay, Rosie, thank you so much for your honesty, saying, hey, I'm lost. Okay, so you're putting $25 on B? All right. Okay, it's in there. Like, I'm going to put my Cash App up here. Okay. I want you to put your Cash App too. Okay, let's see. Give me the answer. Oh, I need for you to change that tone, my baby. Say the answer. I need for you to change that tone, or just go ahead and leave this platform. I do not tolerate that. Not the one. Okay, yep, I can work it out. Okay, you have an MBA. Good job. Congrats. Okay, is it C? Let's take a look. Now, we have f of 21. Okay, notice the 21 is in the same spot where x is. So all we're doing is when you see a function like this, whatever's inside this parenthesis, you're going to substitute for the variable of x. So it's going to look like this. 4, and I always put parentheses around what I'm substituting. That's just something that I do. Okay? So the -1 is raising not the 4 and the 21. It's just raising 21 to the negative first power. Okay? This 4 is going to stay right where it is. So what's actually happening anytime you have a negative exponent? You always have to flip it to make it positive. So right now, everything is technically above 1. Okay? So the only thing that's dropping to the denominator is this 21 raised to the negative first power. The 4 is staying right where it is. Okay? So my numerator has the 4. And when I drop the 21, it's going to have a positive 1 as its degree. But we all know anything raised to the first power is itself. So my answer here is C. Okay. So my Cash App, for people that are like, girl, you need to get your nails done. Well, my Cash App is ACG Math 13. Here it is. I'm willing to take anything that you can spare from $1 all the way up. Okay. Much appreciated. Oh my goodness. I know, I'm funny. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. If you want to, you can. Shoot. In this day and age, I will take anything. Because I went to the store to buy myself a bottle of water, and I almost spent $5 for a bottle of water. I'm in Baltimore. I am not in New York. I am not in LA. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. There ain't no reason why there's a bottle of water. It costs $5. Man, go kick rocks. Why does it turn 21? Not a problem. Anytime you have a negative exponent. Oh, thank you, babies. Anytime you have a negative exponent. Okay, when you drop it in the denominator, it's going to change to a positive exponent. So if I had, let's say, 4x raised to the negative second power. Little side note here. Okay, so since this whole thing has a parenthesis and is being raised to the negative second, that means this whole entire base needs to drop into the denominator. So when it does drop, it's actually being raised to the second power. But something needs to be left up top. So if everything, like in this case, everything had to drop down in the denominator, what's left up top is 1. So this goes back to the rules of exponents. And you know what? Since I'm going to be back tonight, I think I'm going to teach exponents tonight. And I'm thinking about, instead of coming on at 7, I might come on at 6. I don't know. 90 Day Fiancé got me hooked. And tonight is the finale. Because this whole Gino and Jasmine crap is ridiculous. Right? Okay. So I think I might do that. I think I'll do that. So if you guys want to pop back in at 6, I'm going to teach the different properties of exponents. Now, I also have them listed. Okay, because I have my own math notebooks. So what I do is I usually do all my notes inside my math notebook. And it just gives you a nice place to put your formulas down and also your steps, a place to put your notes in there. And that's what I generally do. Just break down simple concepts to everyone. Okay, so now in the back of it, I have a lot of resources. So this is something that I'm thinking about doing for tonight, really hitting on all the properties of exponents. If multiplication is not your thing and your reason why you're having trouble with factors, sometimes you need a factor chart. So I have this factor chart or factor sheet that goes from 1 to 200 and is the back of my books, as well as other parts and other formulas that people generally forget because it's either been a minute or, oh, I just need the reminder of how to do it. So I call this my ultimate math notebook. So I definitely have this on sale, and then I have like one for pre-algebra to algebra 1. And I also have one for algebra 2 and pre-calculus. So I'm waiting for that to come in. And if you're a lefty, I also have the left-handed version of it. Okay, so you get the same effect, but something for my lefties. Okay, so if you ever want to know how to do that, you can come here. Okay, and you can order yours and it will arrive in about a week. Okay, so if you go here, now, so you can screenshot it real quick. I can slide it over. And if you ever want like tutoring sessions or even self-paced courses, you can come here because I can't really necessarily say my names and stuff. This is my blank. So if you want the books, you can come to Books By, or you can come here. All right. Okay. There isn't one for geometry because the proofs are long. The proofs are ridiculous. So I was trying to put one together this summer and it almost took me out. So because of the comments, oh, not a problem. All right. So if we come here, so what's highlighted, that's where you can go to order your books. Okay. Now, if anything, don't buy it just yet because tomorrow I'm actually having a sale. Okay, all of my books are going to be 50% off for the month of September. So I'm selling this stuff, but I'm trying to give you a little bit of discount. Okay, so if you want to buy 2, you can buy 2. Have fun. because I know I write big because of these lives. All right. So by tomorrow, the whole month of September, all of my books are going to be 50% off, and it's only here. But my books are also available at the A, the brown box with the smiley face. They are available there, but I will not have that sale there. It's only going to be allowed here at Books By. Okay. All right. So just hold your horses. You can go there. And then if you want to do any of the coursework, or you want to get private tutoring, even do small group tutoring, especially those that are going to college algebra and they're taking college algebra classes, and your whole entire class needs help because your teacher is going like 20 miles an hour top speed. Okay. You can definitely start here. Just contact me here, or the Service Plus button at the bottom. If you click on that, you can just send me an email, and then we'll take it from there. Okay? All right. You have 4 grades in high school. Awesome. So this will work great for you, so we can get all that pacing done. All right. So I will be on back tonight to do exponents. I'm not leaving yet. I'm just saying. Do I have chemistry? No, I do not teach chemistry. But let me put in the chat who you could follow. If you know if you follow Professor TK, I just put her name in the chat. Anyone that's going to go into chemistry and you're nervous about it, go follow Professor TK. Okay, she does her lives, I think, twice a week, usually one at like 10 a.m. and then the other one is usually in the p.m. But definitely follow her. Like, she knows her stuff. Okay, so at least you'll have a research. Do I teach history? No. No. But I do geometry. I do tutor geometry. But on here, I generally do a lot of algebra and some geometric components. Okay? When it comes to proofing, I can do it. I don't like it, but I can do it. All right, so what do we got here? The area of a rectangle is 57 squared inches. The length of the longest side of the rectangle is 19 inches. What is the length in inches of the shorter side? Okay, speaking of a little bit of geometry, here we are. I got my D star saying 3 inches. User 58 saying 3. Play darts regularly, and you inherently know the answer. All right, so what's the answer? Taco cube? Taco. Dan is saying 3. Late saying 3. I hate pogs. 3. Ani Boo saying 3. There you go. Trey Taco saying 3. All right, D is saying 6, 7. 6, 7. Is that some kind of weird thing? Because I noticed that a couple times here and there. Okay. And then Danny's got my next answer. All right. Okay. So how is everybody getting that first answer? What we're doing is we know the area. So the area of the rectangle is length times width, base times height, same diff. Okay. So if they're saying one of them, they're saying the area is 57. Okay. Then we have our other one is 19. All we have to do is divide. Okay. That's how you got your 3. All right. That's how we got our 3. So how many yards are equivalent to 77 rods? And they're saying 5.5 yards is 1 rod. What are we doing? At night, Monday through Thursdays, usually 9:30. Fridays and Sunday about 7. But I think tonight I might actually come on a little early. I think I'm going to come on at 6 Eastern Standard Time, just so you have those. Okay. So you got your 3 inches from the last one. Yes, Hayden, good. And then we have Ramsey. Then we have 423.5. There we have Kaya. Hey, Kaya. All right, not a problem, Nicole. Courtney. Then we have 14. Careful. Yes, for number 14, what did we get? Okay. All right. So if we're saying 5.5 yards is equal to 1 rod, and there's 77 rods, okay, Alex is giving me 423.5. You're saying 14. Okay. So this is the thing. Are we multiplying or are we dividing? So we can do this. We can set up a proportion if you want to get that technical. We can do that. So 5.5 yards is equivalent to 1 rod. We want to know how many yards is equivalent to 77 rods. This is called a proportion. So what we can do, in order for us to handle this, we have to cross multiply. Anytime you have a fraction equaling to a fraction, you cross multiply. When it is a fraction times a fraction, you're going to not cross multiply, but basically see if you can cross simplify. Okay, that's the difference between the two. Equal sign, cross multiply. Multiplication sign, cross simplify. So since it's an equal sign, I'm going to cross it. So 1 times x, that just simply gives me x. And then you have your 5.5 times your 77. That's how we get that answer of 423.5. So that's how many yards. Okay. All right. How are you feeling? Okay. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. I appreciate this. Okay. You got me for another 30 minutes and then we are done. We should be done by then. So now, okay, what is the packet? It's just like a pre-SAT, or sorry, it's a PSAT just review packet. Yep. And like where I got it? On the internet. All right, so there's 215 of us. I think everybody's got tired of me. So let's see if we could do a power tap. So can we get to at least 40? Is that possible? Can we get to 40K to the next one? If we all do a math tap. What about the GRE? What about the GREs? Same math around the world, babies. They always make it seem like it's several different maths. It's the same math concept. Okay? All they do is just change the, let's say the word problems. They'll just change the situation. But you're still going to have to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You're still going to have to deal with fractions. You're still going to have to deal with all about the formulas. There's some with the formulas. And sometimes it's not even the formulas. Sometimes it's a matter of just looking. You know, like say, for example, this one. All right, I know I need to plug something in. Let's make it easy. Let's plug 0 in because all of them have zeros for x's. So once I plug in, I got my 4. All right, which one? Okay, they gave me the equation. So which one gives me an answer of 4 for the g of x? C, boom, done. Okay, sometimes they don't even have, and I think you missed some of the earlier ones. It's like some of these, like even some of these graphs, you're just looking. What's the probability of getting snow at 30%? This says probability of snow, 30%. Okay, where's that dot? Boom. What's that date? Boom. Done. And they give you, especially for the PSATs, they will give you 1 minute and 12 seconds per problem. Here's my thing. There's going to be some questions that you're going to know right away. And then you can take that extra time to spend with the ones that you're like, ooh, I'm a little stuck on this. Okay? No problem. No problem. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. You guys keep trying to take these exams as you would a classroom exam. That's what the problem is. So you have the multiple choice, but then you want to always do process elimination. Like, what was that one problem that we did today with the graph? Oh, it was this one. Okay, we did this problem earlier today. Okay, this is the one with the graph. I'm looking at the graph and my points from left to right are increasing. So right away, I'm looking at my answer choices, and the only one that had a positive slope was D. That was my answer. Boom, circle it, click it, moving on. Right? They just want to know, are you picking A, B, C, or D? And some exams will have E's. All right? So you just pick the one that works. That's all you do. That's it. Okay? And my thing is, when you focus so much on, okay, all right, I know the answer is D, and then you take so much time to overanalyze it. They don't care. Did you pick the right letter? Awesome. Keep it moving. Okay? We're trained for years that we need to show our work. But then when it comes to these type of assessments, they don't want us to show our work. It's like, which one do you want? So it's like we have to retrain ourselves in order to change our mindset when it comes to these type of exams. Okay? That goes for the any kind of high school equivalency test. That goes for, we're almost there, guys. Keep going. That goes for the ASVAB. If you're trying to get into the military, remember that's a progression. And I'm going to tell you, anything that deals with slope, an equation of the line, if you're taking a GED, that's a 4-point question. Okay, this is a 4-point question on GED. So the highest points that you can get on a problem is 4. All the problems are not graded exactly the same. That's where the problem hits. Everyone thinks that all of the equations have equal value. No. You solving fractions with a common denominator, that's 1. But you doing anything with slope, anything with quadratics, anything dealing with evaluation, this will be considered like a 3-point question. But anything dealing with something like this, that'll be a 4-point question. Anything dealing with volume, that's a 4-point question. System of equation, that's a 4-point question. If you see a system of equation on the ASVAB, that means you're in the 50s, close to 60s. You're doing really good, okay? Because remember, they give you that progression, all right? So now, as promised, thank you so much. CSAT? Okay, what's CSATs? Because I'm not familiar. Every state will say the same things, but they put different letters. Yep. When do I say I get in here again? Mondays through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fridays through Sundays is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Okay. Yes. So the exponent will tell you how many solutions. Yes, it will. But you have to be, well, not for this one. Okay, so we got our A exactly 2. Okay, Alyssa is saying 2. Good Feather saying exactly 2. Queen saying A. Okay, Josh saying 2. Hold on, I gotta get some other people. I skip. Kaya saying A. Okay, Cameron saying 2. Oh, the teacher certificate. Yep. We call it the praxis. So, yep. I've been helping a couple of people. One person needed a little bit more than what I could offer, but that's fine. Okay. Lawrence saying 2. I hate plugs saying A. Dr. George, welcome in, Dr. George, with 2. Okay. Infinitely, because you can plug any number into X. Can you? All right, let's see. All right, so right here, you can, but they want to know the real solutions. Anytime they say real solutions, they're talking about your X values. They want to know what in particular you can put in here for X. So that means this X squared minus 12X plus 27, that can be factored. Since my leading coefficient is 1, I can go ahead and split my X's. So there's an X in this parenthesis, there's an X in this parenthesis. Now, this part is the hardest part, okay? So the hardest part is I need to know what 2 numbers multiply will give me a 27 and add to give me a negative 12. Okay. You can use the quadratic equation as well. We're almost done. Okay. So Kai is saying my negative 9 and negative 3. User is saying negative 3, negative 9. Okay. Shantae is saying negative 3, negative 9. Awesome. Okay. As long as both of them are negatives and one's a 9 and one's a 3, we're good to go. So now you're basically solving each of those parentheses. You're making them, setting them, I should say, equal to 0. So in order for me to get this solved for X, I need to add 9 on both sides. In order for me to get this X by itself, I had to add 3 to both sides. Negative 3 and 3 cancels out, gives me 0. Don't need the placeholder because I still have the X. 0 plus 3 gives me 3. Then I will negative 9 plus 9, that gives me 0. Again, don't need the 0 because I'm bringing down the X. 0 plus 9 gives me 9. So these, if I were to graph it, that parabola, that U shape, one is going to be opening up because my A value is positive, right? And if it was going to cross, that means this one is going to be at 3 and this one's going to be at 9. So my graph will look something like this. That's my x-axis. That's my y-axis. Okay? So those are your real solutions because it's crossing the x-axis. Okay? Hey, Moody. How are you? How's life treating you? Welcome back. You really didn't even have a break. You had like a week off? That's it. Okay? All right? So you can't go ahead and just assume, oh, it could be any number. True. But for this particular parabola, we want to know what those real numbers are. So that's why we had to factor it to figure out what they are. Okay? All right. Next one. Let me zoop a little bit. Four algebra and 1 geometry. Going well? All right, cool. Good. Now, is that the schedule you wanted? or is it the schedule that was handed to you? That's always that question. Everyone loves that. Okay, so for the linear function, the graph of y equals g of x in the xy plane has a slope of 2 and passes through the point 114. Which equation defines g? Okay, so Goodfeather is telling me D. Oh, and Brooke, thank you for the follow. Thank you, everyone, for the follows, for the taps. Don't forget, I know you're solving. You're in deep thought. I love it. Okay. Shantae saying B. Thanks for the follow, loca. Okay, share. Is it the real share? I know it's the real share. Hey, girl, I love you. Share is saying C. Doing advanced now. Okay. School last year. Okay. Nice. Good job, man. Good job. Gotta love that. Yeah, those EOCs, man. Whoo. Because I was getting jam-packed this year with those EOCs. My goodness. Sterling saying B. Thank you for the follow. All right, so we have a combination of B and C. Okay, all right, definitely. Take care. Be safe, enjoy at least get tomorrow off, if you can. Oh, and God we trust, well, hello, welcome in. Appreciate you. All right. If you're not sure, put a question mark. Thanks. Yeah, I'll be working. I'm always working. Okay. If you're not sure, go ahead and put a question mark. I'm pretty good with that. All right. Good. Thank you for your honesty, Shantae. Thank you. Okay. Rude. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So let's take a look. So they kind of gave us a little hints. One, they say the slope is 2. As you can see, all my answer choices have a slope of 2. So that doesn't help me. But it passes through the point 114. So that 1, that's my x. The 14, that's my g of x, aka my y. So if I plug that 1 in for the x's, it's like saying which one of those equations is going to give me a 14 as a result. Okay. All right. So if I plug a 1 in for the first one, that's just going to give me a 2. Boom. That's done. Then I come down here. If I plug a 1 for the x here, 2 times 1 gives me 2. 2 plus 14, that gives me 16. I'm looking for 14. Boom, that's not it. So now you see, it is C. Because if I plug that 1 in for the x, 2 times 1 gives me 2, plus 12 gives me the 14, and that's what we're looking for. Boom, that's my answer. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. Some of the times you can just plug in. And I know some people are like, okay, I got to draw a graph. No. Or, oh, Audrey, wasn't there a formula? It had to do with y's and x's. And I'm like, yeah, there is a formula. If they name a slope and they name a point, it's called the point slope form. So you got y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. It's basically the equation for slope cross multiplied. It really is. That's what it is. But when you're dealing with a time test, your nerves are all over the place. You're not going to remember that. So why not keep life simple? You look and it says the slope is 2. So if I look and I notice something doesn't have 2, boom, process elimination, cross that out. Then plug in the 1 in for the x's and see which one will give you an answer of 14. All right? Okay. Not a problem. Here we go. We got this. All right, 17. Definitely going to have to unzoom quite a bit. All right. Or maybe not that much. Maybe a little bit. Okay. So the graph gives us the estimated population, Y, in thousands of a town X years since 2003. There we go. Whereas from 0 to 5. Okay, so they're looking at where it started at 2003 to basically from 2008. That's where they're saying here. Which of the following best describes the increase in the estimated population from x equals 0 to x equals 1? So right now, Cornelius is saying 1.5. So the slope is always next to the variable. Yes, the slope is always next to the x in the y equals mx plus b. Yes. Okay. So Goodfeather is saying C. Okay, Cornelius is saying B. Okay. What do you think? And if you're not sure, put a question mark. Okay, got a few question marks. Thank you so much for your honesty. So Jordan Square, Belly, okay. Lucia, okay. Pickles Cage, saying B. I hate Pogs, B. Okay, Kaya, B. Oh, wait, Def Not, sorry. Unsure, that's fine. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for your honesty. Van has question mark. We got Man with D. Shantae with B. Okay. Oh, Olivia, how are you? Saying A. Okay, thanks so much for the follow, Alberto. All right. Anthony, hey, welcome back. Oh, you say you're sorry, B? Okay, got you. Okay, see if I can get one more and then I'll go over it. One more answer. Who's going to be the brave soul? All right. They're like, no, that's too much pressure. That's a wordy question for a simple answer of B. Hey, welcome to the PSATs. Welcome to standardized testing. There we go. All right, so Alberto with B, users 58 saying B. Okay, now let's take a look. So we're talking about what's happening from my x is 0 to 1. So when it's 0, the coordinates for 0 is 0, 6. At 1, sorry, up here, that's 1, 9. So they want to know the estimated population. The estimated population is going to be our y values. Okay, so they want to know what's going on with the y values. The years is going to be our x values. Hence they said x years. But they want to know, describe the increase. So we need to describe that increase. So what happened when it went from 6 to 9? Keep it clean. It is Sunday. After 6, free game. But till now, just keep it clean. So we need to figure out how many times. Notice all of them have 0.5 times, 1.5 times, 2.5 times, or 3.5 times. Basically what we're doing is we're taking this 9 and dividing it by 6. 9 divided by 6, that gives us 1.5. So the estimated population when x equals 1 is 1.5 times the estimated population at x equals 0. The answer is going to be B. Okay, hey Soup, how are you? Okay, yep, almost doubled. Okay, almost double. I love how there was just like bantering. Sure. Okay, not a problem. Still lost? All right. So they want to know what's going on with this increase. Oh, thank you. Cute. With this increase from here at 0 to 1. So basically, this is 2003, this is 2004. What happened in that first year? What happened to the population? So right now, the population in thousands was 6,000. Then the population shot up the very next year to 9,000. So they want to know what was that increase. Well, obviously, if it has like a major increase, remember, it's going to be that division. We need to take that difference. We want to see what is that increase. So we take our 9, which was from that next year, which was 2004. And then the 6, where we started off with, if you divide those two, you will get your 1.5 times. So that means the population almost doubled in 1 year, but it got to 1.5. Yes, okay. So here's the thing, Dan. We don't need that 1 to 5, that 0 to 5. That was just explaining what's happening with the x's. That's it. They're just saying, okay, your graph is starting at 0 and it's ending at 5. That's it. We didn't even need that. Okay, you get it now? Awesome. Okay. Hey, Lynette. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. So see, that's the one thing about SATs. They always have you think outside the box. They always give you extra stuff. So that's why when you tackle these, always try to go straight to the question and then go to the paragraph to see what you can pull out. Okay? Because sometimes they'll just be like, all right, what's the difference from there to there? Okay, I just need to divide. Exactly. There you go, Belly. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. All right, let's see. Ooh, time is flying when we're having fun. Okay, let's see if we can get 2 more. And then I'm going to have to do my ending spiel and then wrap this bad boy up. Okay, but I will be back here. I'm going to shoot for 6 o'clock. I'm going to shoot for 6 o'clock. Okay, if not 6:30. I will try my absolute best to be here by 6:30. Okay, because I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Going through the same things. And then what I will do tomorrow, possibly like after my morning sessions, probably early in the afternoon, I will try to finish up the problems that we didn't get through in Module 1 and Module 2. That'll be enough for us to do 1 full session. Okay? All right. So Ian is saying 112. Okay. So in March, the price of a collectible card was $15.50. In April, the price of a collectible card was $17.36. the price of a collectible card in April was P% of the price of the collectible card in March. What is the value of P? Okay. And Cornelius is saying, would it be A? Ian saying 112, so that would be C. Okay, March divided by April. Okay. Andreas is saying A. So Abrahama saying C. Wouldn't 112% make the new value doubled? Logically, it says P of percent of March, so it's asking what percentage of the 1550 makes it 1736. It does sound more reasonable. I love how you have a connection. I don't get it again. That's fine. Okay. Saying C. And you can just analyze the numbers from there. So N. Okay. All right. So very similar. Key part is this portion right here. Okay. So the price of the collectible card in April. How much was the price of a collectible card in April? The price of a collectible card was $17.36. Was, since it's past tense, it's going to be equals. Our P% of, which means multiplication, the price of the collectible card in March. And the price of the collectible card in March was $15.50. So in order for me to get P, because that's what we're going to be looking for, by itself, first I need to isolate that P percentage. So that means I need to divide both sides by 1550. So now with my $17.36 divided by my $15.50, that gives me 1.12. But this is the percentage. If I want to get P by itself, anytime I'm thinking of percentage, I'm thinking of multiplying by 100. We're not doing that 110% garbage. Okay? When you multiply by 100, your decimal point is actually moving over to the right 2 times. 2 zeros, 2 times. So that gives you 112. That is what P equals. Okay? So your answer will be C. So if you know that, you can easily eliminate A and B. There you go. You had to flip it. Okay. Eliminate D because 188 is close to doubling. Exactly. Okay. Because right now this was, who's this? D naught. The reason why we multiply by 100, because right now it's in its percent. Right now this is saying 1.12%. We're not looking at the percent, we're looking just at the P. So if we can get it out of that percentage, we can get just the value of P. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. There you go. But see, here's my thing. because of a lot of the stuff that you've done early on, like a lot of the questions that you know right off the bat, you got 1:12 seconds per question. There's going to be some questions you're going to know within 10 seconds. Okay, maybe not even that. So all that extra time adds to these type of problems. So now the way that you solve, that's going to be up to you. Don't just celebrate that, oh, I got the answer, and you're celebrating. We ain't got time for that. Click, tick, move on. Okay? Okay? Yes, I do. And I will be wrapping up soon myself. Okay? So, if anything, actually, yeah, I should wrap up right now. That's what I should do, because I do not want to be late. Okay, so if anything, give me some time, okay? But what I did yesterday is already up, ready to go. So if you go to my YT, and if you type in ACG Math Tutoring, or even my name, Audrey Codner, okay, you will see a playlist that says TikTok Lives. All of my TikToks from February the 2nd, that's when I started to actually be serious about this whole thing about TikTok, is all listed there. Okay, so if anything, you can subscribe. It's a free subscription. Subscribe, like, comment, share, turn on notifications, do all that stuff. Okay, but this is where you can go if you need any assistance. So anything that you need reviews with, adding, subtracting fractions, multiplying polynomials, adding, subtracting polynomials, dividing polynomials, synthetic or long division, dealing with the equation of the line, absolute values. What else is there? So much, just so much stuff. Anything algebra is all there. And a little bit of trig, like the Pythagorean theorem somebody was asking for, that's in there. So all of it's there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's where you can go. So what I'm going to do sometime tomorrow afternoon, okay, we're going to finish up on these modules, because I have these roughly, there is 8 more problems left on this one. And then I think the last one that we were doing yesterday, I think I had 7 or 8 problems on that one as well. So we can definitely finish everything out just in time to end the holiday. All right. So again, it was. Thank you for taking this crazy, lazy ride with me. Welcome to the crazy town. But again, if you do need a tutor, or if you know someone of a tutor, please do not hesitate whatsoever to reach out. So you guys can come here and just go ahead and fill out that contact form. Those that did fill out a contact form last night, remember I said my internet, both on my phone and my computer, just went kaplowy yesterday. So I have no idea what was going on, but I did get it about 45 minutes before our lives. So I will be reaching out today, and I will be back later on tonight talking about exponents and their properties. So breaking all those concepts down, and I'm going to try to get here at 6:30. I'm going to see if I can get here at 6:30 so we can just be working out for maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Just in time for you to watch a little more football. Okay, so just some components, basic components of geometry, not full-fledged proofing and if-then statements. I think I did if-then statements for a little bit. Okay, but nothing too crazy. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for coming in. I will see you on the flip side. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my notebooks. And remember, the sale is going to start tomorrow. So you can get all of my math notebooks, be it regular or left-handed. So you can keep all your notes lovely together. And then also you can get access to all the resources that are on the very back of the book, especially my infamous factor chart. That usually is what a lot of people love. Right? So if anything, if you have any questions in between, go ahead and reach out, and I will see you guys tonight. All right. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Not a problem. Bye now.